Welcome to Story Shamans. Hello! This week we're talking about seed. Every story starts with a seed, an intriguing concept, a fundamental idea that the rest of the story revolves around, an idea the rest of the story grows out of.
In the Cubby method, a seed is defined as a fantasy, expressed as a what-if statement. What if time travel were possible? What if toys could talk? What if you were stranded on some kind of desert island? And so on. The seed is always a fantasy. Positive, negative, possible, impossible, doesn't matter. All that matters is that it's a fantasy. It's packed with possibility and interest. It's a fantasy that can be explored and that you can build your story on. It's your story in its purest form.
Throughout your story, you'll explore this fantasy through 4 distinct phases. In the first phase, you want to establish the fantasy. In the second phase, you're going to explore the positive aspects of the fantasy. Then in the third phase, you're going to explore the negative aspects. And in the fourth phase, that's when you offer some kind of resolution.
For example, what if you could resurrect dinosaurs? This is established in the first phase.
We have the technology. It's possible. It's happening.
The positive aspects of this are explored in the second phase.
Oh man, this is so cool. We're learning so much. It's so big and awesome.
Third phase hits the negative.
Oh man, people are dying. Everything's going to hell here.
And finally, in the fourth phase, we throw down a resolution.
This was a bad idea. We shouldn't have played with nature like this. Chaos theory said this would happen. We were such fools.
However, the resolution of the same fantasy, with a slightly different plot, could have gone in a different direction. It all depends on where you want to take your story. If the story was intended to experience the danger of loose dinosaurs, but ultimately say it was worth it, well, that could easily be done. For example,
this was a disaster, but totally worth it, because now we can regenerate human limbs via dino DNA, blah, blah, blah.
The variations of any given fantasy will always be dependent on the storyteller's perspective, his or her intent, what they want to say.
The thing about seed is, the same seed can have endless possible expressions. What if time travel were possible? That's Back to the Future, Bill and Ted, Butterfly Effect, Hot Tub Time Machine, and every other time travel story out there. The same seed can grow into an entirely different story.
But the 4 phases stay the same. The 4 phases should always be present to tell a well-rounded story, in order to explore the fantasy from both sides. There are positives and negatives to every concept. You just gotta find them.
Establish the fantasy, find the positive, find the negative, then a resolution.
The seed is the center of gravity for your story. If you don't have a seed, you don't have a story.
Now the other side to this is a story needs commercial appeal. That's where the hook comes in. Your seed needs to have a commercial aspect that grabs the audience's attention.
Hooks them like a fish.
An in that makes people instantly interested on a surface level. Every story needs it.
Here's a story seed for you. The fantasy. What if humanity is at war with machines? Okay, it's pretty good. Phase 1. Introduce that humanity is at war with machines. Phase 2. What's the inherent, positive, fun aspects of that conflict? How about that rush of being in such a dire sci-fi fight with such impossible enemies? Phase 3. Oh man, look at all the terrible things that came with this fight. Phase 4. Whatever your resolution is. Say, the only way to stop the war is to make peace with each other. Or, only through becoming emotionless machines ourselves can we defeat these machine enemies. Etc., etc. But where's the hook? Where is it? The concept, the fantasy itself is okay, but the idea of a man-machine war has been around for a long time. Sci-fi books have been doing it forever, and films have been doing it over and over again for the last several decades. What's the hook? Well, for The Matrix, it's that the war is a secret. The hook is that reality itself is simply a covert tactic to keep you docile in a war you don't even know is happening. That, coupled with the turn-of-the-century feelings of superficiality and disconnectedness, plus the malleable reality of the developing internet, and you got yourself a story people are interested in. That plus the, cool effects and fights. You got no seed, you got no story. You got no hook, there's no story. When you're starting a story, you need both.
Next week we're gonna be moving on to character. Ooh, I'm excited.